Hello flower pots, it's your Auntie Nelly and a very happy new year to you all. How are we? Are we well? Is that like disturbing anybody in the background? Do I even remember what I do anymore? Hello Bronwyn Harrison, hello sweetheart, hello Alex Lee. Hello, how are we? Happy New Year to everybody. It's the first Sunday service of the year and it is 2020. It's a happy new year and it is a new decade, apparently. Thank you for all joining me today. As you can see, your Auntie Nelly spent 2 full months in Panto. But it was all over by New Year's Eve. Hello, Adele Hogan in Wigan. The New Year's Eve Panto was over and I've just spent a couple of days at home trying to get things back organised and back to normality really, but I don't actually remember what it is that I do. I saw a lot of things on Facebook over the holidays about people forgetting the passwords for when they go back to work or forgetting how to write or what it is that they do, and I feel a little bit like that. I've got lots of reviews ready to do after I've had my operation on my eye tomorrow, so the lump is coming off tomorrow and then I can get an eye test done because these are not the right prescription, and I'm looking at my roots, but it's not, I mean, with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, it's not a priority, is it? So I just want to talk a little bit about the Australia fire, bushfires. To date, I think 23 people have tragically lost their lives. I have a very good friend in Australia, Bronwyn Harrison, who has been rescuing as many pets as she can and just doing what she can, as I know that all of you are in Australia, and my prayers and thoughts really are with you. It's not something that's just happened. It has been going on for a little while, but it's just a disaster now. It's just absolutely terrifying. And I don't call fans, you know I don't like the term fans, but I have a lot of followers in Australia, and there's hardly anything I can do for you except tell you that I'm thinking of you and my prayers and thoughts are with you. And I have put a little link in on this live to the, I'm getting right emotional, to the GoFundMe. There's people that have lost their lives, their animals, their homes. There's people that have got nothing but the clothes on the back. And we do really feel it across the world. And if you can donate, that's great. And if you can't, just say a prayer for them. And it is so sad and it's terrifying. It's terrifying to think that the dogs that look after the cattle won't leave the cattle, so they're being burned alive with them. And many of the animals are going to be extinct because of it. Absolutely, Kirsten, it's been since September, but it's got to terrifying levels. So honestly, my love and thoughts and prayers is with you all. It really is. I don't know what else to say. Sorry for getting emotional, but let's pray for rain. And I know that the weather turned a little bit for them yesterday, but all the firefighters, they just feel so frustrated. They're doing things like 21-hour shifts, which is not safe, but what else can they do? It's the job, and they feel so frustrated that they can't help. And me, having all these followers in Australia, I feel so frustrated that we can't do anything, and my door is open to anybody. People know that. So if you have got space or room and you can do anything to help, then please do. It's a natural disaster, unfortunately, and my thoughts and prayers are with you all. God bless you all. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I've put the little GoFundMe page link there, and I don't often do that because if I had to share everybody's FundMes, my page would just be a charity page. But I think this is really important. We need to raise the awareness, and a lot of people have not really known about it. They think it's just happened. It hasn't. It happened since September. So like I said, I'm sat here with no makeup on. I have had a shower, and my roots need doing and my hair needs cutting, and there's lots of jobs in the house that need doing because I've not been here because I have been in Panto as the evil stepmother in Cinderella. But in the great scheme of things, it don't fucking matter, does it? It doesn't matter. It matters that people have safety, and they're taken to safety, and they're going to be okay. So my thoughts and prayers are with you all, and I can't say any more because I've just been floods of tears. Look at me, I'm just a menopausal mess. So yeah, God bless you all, and if there is anything I can do, I might go and do one of them rain dances after and record it and send you some rain. Okay, so there we go. So that's today's thoughts and prayers with you all in Australia. Thank you all for joining me. I can see that I've got lots of people watching this Sunday service live. Once again, you write into the page either for Sunday service or night time. What is going on with my hands today? I read it out off the cuff. I don't know what I'm going to read, and we don't know what I'm going to say to them. But there we go. So yeah, Wednesday we'll see the return of Nighttime with Nelly, the first one of 2020. The problems we read out on a Sunday are completely different to what we read out on a Wednesday night. They're not as X-rated, put it that way. Okay, so where is my Sunday service? Let's see what little flower pots have been writing in for a little bit of advice. What I will say, I always remind you in the new year, if you do need immediate agony aunt advice, you might not always get it immediately. And if you do need something medical, please, please, please go and see your general practitioner or a gum clinic or an actual real therapist. Because as much as this is tongue-in-cheek, I'd hate to think that somebody's wrote in and the problem's sat there and I'm not assisting them. So there we go. Dear Auntie Nelly, what else did I want to say? So I'm having that lump off my eye tomorrow, and then as soon as I've finished that, and I think it's a couple of days, back with real reviews, no more throwbacks, because I was doing that because I was in Panto. So yeah, back with real reviews. You've been sending in quite a few requests. So the requests I've got the dermaplaning facial Veet thing, so that's coming out. Not reviewed it yet. There's a lot of things I'm not reviewing at the minute because I want to get my eye sorted, that lump which is being removed tomorrow. Gym leggings you've asked me for, good gym leggings. Snag tights, colour changing foundation. What else are you asking? You're asking me for all sorts, so please don't stop sending your reviews into the page. But can we also pop a link in, because a lot of times I'll read it, I'll say, well, I don't know what you mean, will you send me a link? And also, yes, Nighttime with Nelly or Sunday service, Dear Auntie Nelly's, is absolutely fine here to the page. So there we go. And before anybody starts, why am I talking about Australia and not all the rest of the terrifying things that are going on in the world? It's not that I don't have thoughts and prayers for everybody before anybody trolls me. I have thoughts and prayers for everybody. You know, it's just that it's just everywhere at the moment on social media, in the news, and you know, when you can send a bit of love to people and you can keep them in your thoughts, I really do believe it helps. So sending out lots of love and positivity to anybody in the universe who is struggling a little bit. Okay, there we go. So, dear Auntie Nelly, I have been self-harming. Oh dear God, here we go. So I never know what I'm going to read till I read it. Cutting myself with scissors for more than a year now. I don't know how to stop. It makes me feel better when I'm sad, lonely or angry. It becomes a feeling of calm to me. I started doing it after my dad died. I can't talk to anyone else in the family. They don't understand me like he did. I could tell him anything and he wouldn't laugh or make fun of me. My mum and brother always put me down. Can you help me, please? So we've got a little flower pot here that's self-harming to release a little bit of pain, maybe. I'd say that, I mean, self-harming, as I was a psychiatric nurse, It's usually a coping mechanism for dealing with stress or intolerable feelings, really. People who self-harm usually do it to gain a feeling of release. And a lot of people that I've spoke to in the past who self-harmed or still are, it gives them sort of feeling of, it soothes them. It soothes them. But what I would say here is, you've definitely, absolutely definitely got grief. Your dad was a person that you could go to with absolutely anything, and that support system's gone. Okay. So I would say that it's something that you really do. Oh, bear with me, I'm getting messages. Tell you other things to do. I mean, I knew a lady who was a self-harmer, and she stopped her arm, and when she saw the red lines, it soothed her. So I don't know if that's something that you may want to speak to your doctor about, but anybody who comes to me and they're actually self-harming, and that's what I'd say about when you're writing into the page, if it's something immediate that you could get a doctor's help, then please go to them and not me. But yeah, I think you're grieving for your dad. You don't feel like you've got a support system. Your mum and brother are not as empathetic towards you. And plus, let's not forget them in this. They've probably got their own grief as well. And it's absolutely terrifying when somebody leaves us and we'll never see them again. So I think you need to go and see your doctor. You need to get a little bit of grief counselling, and you certainly need to address your self-harming. And that's all I can say to that one, unfortunately. My love and thoughts to you, and I'm so sorry you lost your lovely dad. It'll be 8 years in April since I lost my lovely dad. So it doesn't get any easier for anybody who's lost anybody. What I will say to you is, it doesn't get easier. It doesn't. I'm not going to lie to you. You just kind of learn to live with the pain. You learn to live with the loss. And all I say is, grief for many people comes out in many different ways. Everybody grieves in different ways. So if next door had lost their dad and they were better in 6 months, that doesn't mean to say you're going to be. And it doesn't mean to say they are better. So I would certainly go and speak to your dad, speak to your GP about your dad's loss, and see what they can offer you advice on. And certainly find somebody, speak to a friend. You know, you've always had your dad and you've not got him now, so there may be somebody else in the background that you could go to and you've not thought about it. So God bless you, sweetheart, and I'm so sorry for your loss. But no, you do need to sort out your self-harming as well, because I know you're saying you've been cutting with scissors for over a year now. You're still writing in, so you're still here, but I think you need to find a different way to deal with that stress, that grief, and let it out in different ways. Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, my husband is so boring. Here we go. This will cheer us all up. And I stopped loving him a long time ago. I've had several affairs to cheer myself up. All right. But for the first time, I've fallen madly in love with my lover. We want to live together, but my husband refuses to accept our marriage is over and leave the house. Our 3 children are grown up and living away, so I can't force him to go. And it makes me angry that he won't. And he also won't change to make me happy. I think he's deliberately being childish to punish me for not loving him. What can I do? What you can do, Flower, is pack your bags and fuck off. How's about that? I'm known for my brutal honesty. You've been cheating on your husband. It's not the first time that you've fallen in love. And these things happen. These things do happen. We can meet people and fall in love with other people and fall out of people that we're with, fall out of love. But it's not your husband's responsibility. You're the one that's had the affair. You're the one that's fallen in love with somebody else, and he wants to set up home with you. What, in your house? Fuck off, Flower. When my husband cheated on me, his bags were packed and he was through the door. That's his family home. And your children might live away, but they might want to come back to the family home. You have decided that the marriage is ending, or have you? Have you decided that? Because you're saying, my husband won't do anything to make me happy. Well, why fucking should he? Why should he? You're saying I'm with somebody else, I've fallen in love, pack your bags and go. No. You pack your fucking bags and go off to your lovers. If you love him that much and he loves you, fucking front door will be open for you and there'll be a space for you. So, there you go. I'm sorry, but I do not support cheating. And I am not a foolish woman. I'll be 46 in March. I know that it happens. We can fall out of love. We can fall in love with the people. It happens, okay? But once you've done that, it's for you then to pack your bags and fuck off. Simple as. Why should your husband leave when he's done fuck all wrong? And you've been having an affair during your marriage to cheer yourself up. Do you know how I cheer myself up? I might have a bar of chocolate and put EastEnders on and have a bit of brandy. I don't start fucking going round shagging every fucker else just because my husband's boring. Maybe your husband's boring because you're shagging every fucker else and he ain't got time to sit down and speak to you. What do you think about that? Do you not think that if you'd stop sucking every fucker else's cock, I can't say this on a Sunday service, I'm so sorry, there'll be people out there doing the Sunday dinner with kids around their ankles. If you stopped sleeping with every fucker else and took a bit of time and interest in your husband, maybe you get that spark back. That spark has to come back with your partner, not with every fucker else. Because believe me, I've got a right nice jumper upstairs, really nice. It's really nice, but it's old. I go and look at other jumpers, and they're lovely because they're new. But you know what? They're not as nice as that jumper I've got in cupboard, so you just think on before you pack them bags. You just fucking think on, flower. What would I do? Pack your bags and fuck off and leave your poor husband to it. Good luck to you and a happy new year. Anyway, so we started this Sunday service by me in floods of tears. And now I'm feeling quite angry. So there you go. And if you don't like my advice, don't fucking watch. Don't follow me and don't write into the fucking page. Simple as. Because I'll tell you how it fucking is. And if you don't like it, I really think people come to me as last resort. Last resort, because everybody else fucking tippy fucking toes about things. Fuck that shit. Life's too fucking short. Dear Auntie Nelly, I am 26 and I am in love with a girl of 16. She feels exactly the same about me and this girl makes me feel so special. Oh, but are my mates right? They say I'm too old for her. I don't know if it's a case of you being too old for her or she's too young for you because... Okay, so you're 26, she's 16, you're falling in love and whatever, but can she really say that she's in love at 16? So I don't think you're too old. I think she might be a little bit too young because I'm 46 in March and I thought I knew it all at 30. Not a fucking clue to what I know now at 45. And she'll not have the mind she's got now at 16 when she's fucking 21. When she's 25, when she's 30, when she's 35, and you won't at 26. So I wouldn't really be bothered about what people are saying. What I would say is, have a little bit of a relationship, see what happens. But it's not the age that's worrying me, it's the maturity. Are you really mature at 16 to say, yeah, you're the one for me? How do you fucking know? Because at 16, you still don't actually want to know what you want to do for a job. I mean, I've come back from Panto, and even though I know what I do for a job, I actually can't fucking remember what it is that I fucking do. So I've got to help our next reviews. So yeah, does she really know her own mind at 16? And I'm not putting anybody down, because you can get some very mature 16-year-olds. Absolutely you can. And you could get married tomorrow and celebrate your 50th wedding anniversary. But I won't think too much about you being too old for her. I would definitely say that she might be a little bit too young to be declaring hearts and flowers and love. So that's what I'd think about, because she's still got her life ahead of her as of you. As of you, you're only 20, how old are you? 26. So that's what I would say. So it's not about the age gap, it's about the maturity. And I don't think, I'd say 85% of the time, 16-year-olds are not mature enough to fucking clean the bedroom and bring the plates down and the cups and the fucking cutlery, because you'll open your cupboard and they'll be gone. Where are they? Under teenagers' bed. So there we go. So, sorry if I've offended, but that's how I feel. I think she's a bit too immature to have a grown-up relationship. Because I'm only just having a grown-up relationship and I'm 45. Dear Auntie Nelly, my daughter has been with her partner just over a year. I'd taken my granddaughter to school one day a couple of months ago. When I got back, social services were waiting. Christ. They said my daughter and granddaughter would be being taken to a refuge. I was devastated. I haven't stopped crying since and can't sleep. It's been a horrendous Christmas. The police have arrested her partner. I don't know what's wrong with me, my nose is running. And I was told it was because he'd attacked my daughter many times in her home. This usually happened when I was away at my caravan. Okay. I had absolutely no idea what had been going on and feel like such a failure. My daughter is still in a refuge with my granddaughter, and she wrote to me explaining exactly what happened. She can't visit me or come back and live in our town because of her partner's violent behaviour. What am I to do? I miss them so much. Oh Christ, that's not nice, is it? Right, so when you were going away to caravan, your daughter's partner is slapping her about a bit. It's been reported possibly. The child's in danger, as is she. So police have arrested him, and then she's had to go into a refuge. Why can't she come back to her home, and why can't he fuck off out the town? Why can't she get one of them injunction things that says, you're not allowed within 30 miles of this person? Why can't you get one of them? Why should she have to suffer? Why should you have to suffer? You feel a failure as a mother. Why? What can you do? You can only bring your kids up and hope you put them on the right path. You can be the best mother in the world and your kid could still have an addiction or not live the life as you wish. It's their life. And you're telling me that it's not the first time it's happened. So she's allowed herself to be in a toxic relationship where domestic violence was happening. So she's putting her child in danger as well as herself. You should not feel bad about this because she's done it more than on one occasion. She's allowed that to happen. So I think the best thing is for her to be in a refuge or certainly away from a partner. Let's hope that the authorities deal with him accordingly. But you should feel no guilt on that. How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know what goes on behind closed doors? Nobody has a fucking clue. We haven't got a crystal ball. It doesn't happen. If we did, I'd give you all lottery numbers and we could all share it. So how are you supposed to fucking know that your daughter's in such a relationship? What I would say is there no way of you maybe doing a visiting at the refuge? Is there no way that you can send a letter back and build your relationship with your daughter and show her all the love and support that you want to? Because you must be a good mother by feeling the guilt. Because if we've no guilt, it means we don't care. So is there no way that you can get in touch with her and maybe have an afternoon where you can share a coffee, you can see your granddaughter for a little bit? There must be. I'm not too sure on refuges. I'm not too sure on these injunction things. But I have a feeling that she should be allowed back to her home. The child should be allowed back to go to its school. He's the one in the wrong. She did a little bit wrong by allowing it to happen, but we don't know the circumstances. And then he needs to be away, a lot away from this family. And then you can build your relationship with your daughter and show them love and support and tell her that you're always there for her. She could come and, she could have come to see you, talk to you at any time, and because you don't know why she didn't. So stop the guilt. Focus now on your future with your daughter and your granddaughter and building that relationship and making sure that that bastard comes nowhere near them. Yeah, I'm sure refuges will allow you to visit. I'm absolutely sure. As long as you're of no danger, or is it a case of there's people there who are anonymous, so maybe you can go to a room where you don't see anybody else? I don't know how it works. If there's anybody on here who can help, please do. But I'm sure you'd be able to meet your daughter and have a little coffee or something. Yeah? Okay. For anybody who's joining now and they're putting messages out about Australia, I did speak about this at the beginning of Sunday service, and if you wanted to watch that, then please do on replay. Okay. Dear Auntie Nelly, it's difficult when you're a parent, because you do feel a failure a lot. When you buy something for your children and it wasn't the right colour or it wasn't the right thing. I once went to every Argos in the fucking country looking for a doll that smelt of strawberries because Olivia wanted this doll. I don't know if anybody remembers this. And it was a doll that smelt of strawberries. Anyway, long story short, I travelled the width and breadth of fucking England and eventually found this doll. She unwrapped it on the Christmas morning and I was so excited, that she was unwrapping it. And actually, she didn't want the doll that smelt of strawberries. She wanted the one that smelt of peaches. And I'd got it wrong. So I felt like a failure, even though I travelled fucking thousands and thousands of miles for this fucking doll and nearly wrestled woman in Argos store to floor for the right one. So there you go. So no matter what happens in your life as a parent, you'll always feel like a failure. I think it just goes with the territory. It goes with the job of being a mum. But also, please, can I just say, as a mum, as a dad, as a parent, it is also your prerogative to embarrass your children at any time. I still do that to my daughter, and she's 24. She'll be 25 this year. Bloody hell, fire, quarter of a century. Dear Auntie Nelly, my bank contacted me highlighting suspicious activity on my account. I have come to the conclusion that the only place where my bag was left unattended was at a family gathering. Ooh. I hate to think a family member could have taken the details from my cards. But is it a possibility? What do you think? I have no fucking idea. Once again, don't have a crystal ball. Your bank's contacted you and said there's suspicious activity on your account. You don't put whether it's suspicious or it's been done or whether money's been taken. But you've come to the conclusion that the only place where your bag were at a family gathering. You should be able to visit your family and leave your bag unattended. You should be able to do that, absolutely, because it's your family. But then again, I like to think we live in a world where we could leave anything unattended, nobody'd take it, but it's not like that, is it? In Auntie Nellie's world, in my white picket fence world, Mum's just sent a message. We have just landed. So Mum's landed back at Manchester Airport. She went to spend her time talking to families with her sisters. The first time in 34 years she got to see the new in with her sisters, New Year in. So Mum's just arrived back at Manchester Airport. So she's had a lovely time, and I'm sure we will update you at a later time. I'm sure she'll be here within the next fucking hour to tell me all about it. Anyway, I'd speak a little bit more to your bank and say, listen, the only time I left my bag unattended was at a family gathering. It was on such a date. Did the activity happen after that date? Did the activity happen on that day? Can they tell you where that suspicion is happening? Is it happening in bloody Salford, Manchester, London, Birmingham? You know, and then you could dwindle it down a bit. But I certainly won't start accusing people without proof, facts or evidence, because I've always said this right from being young. If you ever want to accuse me, please do, but bring the proof, the facts and the fucking evidence, because you get one chance. So what do I think? I have absolutely, that's what you ended it with. What do I think? I think I'd be straight on to the bank and I'd be asking further questions and trying to pinpoint it if I could, but I'd certainly make sure that card is stopped and not used again. Okie dokie. Dear Auntie Nellie, I'm in my 30s and I've known my best friend since childhood. She has a very different, I don't know what Scylla and Hartley are doing in there. I think they're having a little run round. So if you can hear tippity-tappity, it's Scylla and Hartley. I'm in my 30s, I've known my best friend since childhood. She has a very different life. She's single and lives on her own, while I'm married with 2 children. Over the past couple of years, she's become really competitive. If I get something new, she'll have to buy it too. If I go on holiday, she's either been to that place or somewhere even better. I suppose I've learnt to ignore it, although it is very annoying. My husband doesn't understand why I put up with it, but the truth is I feel a bit sorry for her and also a bit responsible. How do I do things without her knowing? Well, she's your best mate, you said, so do you not share everything with your best friend? So, I mean, it's not really sounding a bit single white female. It's sounding like, to me, like she's the person in life that, there's a lot of these, we call them 11 Tenerife. So if you've been to Tenerife, they've been to 11 Tenerife. If you've got a 6'1" Christmas tree, they've got fucking 6'3". And you've got to think, the reason why she wants to outdo you, and she wants to buy what you've got. I mean, I couldn't give a shit whether people want to buy these roots, these glasses, this t-shirt, that fucking light, they're not winter. It's nice. Where have you bought it from? Such a place. They make more than one in a product. She wants to buy it. That's fine. She's not got a mind of her own. That's fine, isn't it? But, you know, if she wants to outdo you, that's probably because she's a little bit unhappy in her own life. You know, she's wanting to sort of bring goodness to her by her feeling good, by outdoing you. Now, that's not a best friend. So you, number one, should not stop telling your best friend things, because it's not what we do. I can't wait to tell my best friends everything. As soon as it happens, I'm like, guess what? Because they're my best friends and we share everything. That's a relationship. So you shouldn't have to hide things. And number two, she certainly shouldn't be trying to up one on you. Maybe she's a little bit jealous of the fact that you're married with 2 kids and she's not. I'd be jealous of the fact that she's single and gets to do what she wants, have lazy days in bed, go out to nightclubs, eat what she wants, have a whatever. But it's not, the reality of it is so call, and that's not just because of my eyesight. So can you all still see me? Give me a like, give me a love, give me a share, give me a comment. Oh, comments are coming through now, so my apologies. So as I was saying there, I think I lost some of you. If you hiding things from your best friend, and she's having to tell you that she's got a 6-foot Christmas tree and you've only got 5'11", it's not a friendship. It's not a friendship. So you need to reevaluate your friendship, because when you're best friends and you've known each other for such a long time, you'll have been through everything together. So I think there's a little bit. Thank you, Sebastian. That's very kind of you. I thought you were supposed to have lost weight. Well, sweetheart, I have lost weight, but you'll always be a cunt. You can't lose that, can you, you little troll? Now off you fuck, hashtag bye Felicia. So there you go. Now then, moving on. Right, dear Auntie Nelly, I overcame a serious illness when I was a child, and I'm now 37. With a 3-year-old daughter. Right, so I overcame serious illness and I'm now 37, 3-year-old daughter. Right, okay. My problem is, because of what I went through when I was younger, I'm very paranoid about my daughter's health, and I worry about it a lot. I had a huge argument with my husband recently because he told me I was overprotective and smothering my daughter, and that it wasn't good for her to confide. It wasn't good for her confidence and ability to be independent. Okay. When she's at nursery, I worry so much. I call several times a day and ask if she's okay. I can't stand not being in control or knowing what she's up to. It's started to affect my relationship with my husband, who says life is really stressful and that if I don't learn to let go, then we'll have a serious problem. But I don't think I can. He is a completely different type of parent to me, very easygoing and not a worrier. What can I do? I think maybe, you don't say what the illness was when you were little, but I do really think that you might have a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder. A little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder from what you went through as a child, and it's put the fear of fucking God in you, because you may be thinking, is it genetic? Is my daughter going to have it? You may be checking her for things like she's got a red mark or whatever. And we can be overprotective parents. All of us can. It's in our nature. Your husband says to me, like, is that fucking laid back is horizontal? And he's thinking, leave her alone. The fact that you are ringing nursery 2 or 3 times a day to see if she's okay is a little bit over the top. So go and speak to your health visitor or your doctor about it and say, listen, this is what happened to me when I was little. And I worry it's going to happen to my child. And as much as I love her, and I wanted to be independent, and I wanted to play with other children, and I wanted to fall down and get a graze on the knee, or, I wanted to come into contact with mud or bugs, because that's what we do as kids, I'm frightened something bad's going to happen to her. So to me, it sounds like you've got a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder, and you need a little bit of therapy around that. We cannot stop things happening. We can't stop children getting ill, we can't stop children dying as much as we want to. But I'm sure that because of what happened to you as a child, you're worrying more than what we would when it's not happened to us. So I certainly think you need a little bit of counselling, a little bit of time out, and I'm not saying let go of the apron strings. She's 3. She's a baby. My daughter's 25 in October. She's my baby. So I don't think you may be explaining it the same to your husband of your fear, and I certainly go and tell your doctor of your fear and get a little bit of counselling for it. Stop ringing nursery. Maybe if you're ringing nursery 3 times a day, why don't you just start ringing twice a day, and then every other day ring, once a day, every other day, and try and dwindle it down, because if anything, God forbid, happened, the nursery would tell you straight away. You'd be the first person to know because you're the mum. Little things like that. You do need to let go. It'll do you the world of good, and your little girl will flourish with independence. So, Sophie Benson says, can I have a wave? You bloody can. Jenny Evans, my daughter's 30 this year, she's my baby. Absolutely, I'm still my mum's baby. She can't wait to get back from Italy to come round and make sure I'm alright. Back door's locked up, windows are shut. So there we go. So that's been today's Sunday service. Back. Normal service has now resumed. Tomorrow I'm getting the lump cut off my eye. When that's gone, then reviews ready, lined up for me to go out and get them out. Couldn't really give a shit about my roots. Couldn't really give a shit whether people think I've lost weight or not. I can close my front door at night and I can go and lie in that bed and I'm at peace. Whatever you do with your day, it's Sunday in a lot of places in the world. Please have a thought and a prayer for Australia and everybody that's going through this terrifying ordeal. My thoughts and prayers are with them, but my thoughts and prayers are always with everybody who may be going through a difficult time. I'm your Auntie Nelly. I love you all. Thank you all so much for your lovely support ongoing. You are my flower pot army, and without you I'd be nothing, so thank you. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you Wednesday night with Nighttime with Nelly. God bless, enjoy your day, and if you can be one thing this year, be kind. Bye bye.